What is going on, my broskies? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And in today's video, we are here to talk about the brand new super class Crocodile, and we're going to be taking him in to the current Garb challenges of January 2022 versus Rev, and also the Navy challenge. So this guy is pretty awesome, man. This guy's got some good stuff going on. The team that you guys are seeing here, I believe for the Navy challenge, is almost unit for unit the exact same team, but I digress. Let's actually talk about Crocodile. Let's talk about why this unit is considered to be one of the coolest legends in the game, at least in my opinion. I think this character is absolutely awesome. I really can't wait to use him in other pieces of content as well, aside from Garb challenges and stuff. He does seem very, very cool on paper. So, just breaking down his captain ability, I mean, he provides -1 cooldown at the start of the quest. He's a Cerebral captain, so you can actually use the Liberal Hind ship as well, which allows you to get a bit more speed farming going on. Very, very good for actual, in-game content like arenas, raid bosses, etc. The fact that he can also get the additional heal per turn via that ship as well, it's just incredible, right? So the cooldown is obviously one great component. Now, with the other superclass characters that we have access to, we already know how their attack multipliers work. Base 5x attack boost to that one class, but then all other characters receive 3.75 times. So I don't like the fact that they've gone back to that old style of attack multiplier, only boosting one type of unit by 5x. Isn't the greatest. At least he does still provide some type of rainbow boost in some capacity, but obviously you want to be focusing your team on the Cerebral class. But then he has like a lot of other additional components going on. It says if your health is 70% or above when you start the stage, it cuts the HP of all enemies by 10% every time you enter that new stage. And also, if you attack with type advantage, the character will receive a matching slot at the end of that attack. So you get both of those effects so long as you're above 70% health. But then if you're below 50%, you recover 2000 HP at the end of the turn, and you get a 20% damage reduction. So I like that there's different components depending on where you're at. So if you're at that lower HP threshold, you want damage reduction and healing. It's going to help you a lot. But then if you're at that really high HP threshold, you're able to just maintain that and be able to just absolutely steamroll bosses by having a really good captain ability to health cut, which preemptive health cuts before enemy preemptives is so useful, because if the enemy puts up a barrier before they do it, or if the enemy gives you normal attacks only with their preemptive, but their health cut will activate before the enemy preemptive, means you can get that health cut. This guy's going to be really good in Kizuna Clash, I feel. He's a Cerebral unit, so you can have characters like Legend Sugar, for example, work with him. There's a lot to like about this Crocodile so far. But then of course he has access to his super class special, which is very easy to fulfill so long as you're 50% or below in terms of your health, or have a very specific unit on your team. You get a health cut with this super class special, but also empty block, bomb, recovery, and G slots are transformed into matching slots. So that's absolutely phenomenal. But then there's also the really cool effect that if you do use his super class special, his captain ability will actually have all of the effects active no matter what HP threshold you're at. A really key component that his super class special has access to, allowing the captain ability to be immediately buffed for the rest of that quest while that's been activated. Such a really cool idea for this unit. Alright, now we'll move on to the Navy challenge, but let's talk more about Crocodile and his other components. So we just previously talked about his captain effect and his superclass special, but his special ability itself is so incredibly powerful. So it not only reduces the cooldowns of your Cerebral characters by 1 turn, and with the fact that with his crewmate effect, he actually resists 2 turns of special reverse, so you can use him in that kind of way, but he also boosts the attack of your Cerebral units by 2.5 times. Incredible boost to the Cerebral class. But then he has like this added effect where if your health is below 50%, or if his special counter is at 1, then he's going to give you a 3.0 chain boundary for 3 turns. Otherwise, if you're not below 50%, or he doesn't have a special counter at 1, it's still going to provide a 2.5 times chain boundary for 2 turns, which is kind of similar to other chain boundaries that we already have access to, like the Super Swap of Ulti Page 1, Wano Law, versus Ace. All of these characters have a 2-turn, 2.5 chain boundary. This is the first character in the game, though, that can have a potential 3.0 chain boundary effect, and it lasts for 3 turns as well. It's just so powerful. But in order to get that to activate, there are a couple of restrictions, obviously, either being below 50%, which isn't really too difficult to do, but just using his super class special makes his special counter go to 1. Now, if I remember correctly, I think the special counter works that if you use his special ability, it starts at counter 0, but then after you use it for the first time, it goes to counter 1. So if you use his special ability once, with no super class special active, or if you're above 50%, it'll be a 2.5 chain boundary, and if you somehow get it again, I believe the second activation of that unit should be a 3.0 chain boundary. But either way, you can get all of these special buffs to activate so long as you use that super class special ability, which buffs his captain ability and buffs his special ability throughout the rest of the quest. However, I do believe the red haki effect, the removing of accumulated values, I think that actually does remove the special counter, which means that his captain ability and I believe the special will reset back to the base form. But this character is going to be such an immensely powerful unit moving forward, and if you are building a Cerebral based team, or if you need to build just even a mono Dex team, you can build a really powerful Cerebral team with this guy, and you can even hybrid him up with some other really powerful units. I mean, if you even wanted to run a situation with like the Luffy and the Straw Hats, because that would make Crocodile's special a rainbow 2.5 times attack boost, and you can get access to that chain boundary. Luffy and the Straw Hats do provide a chain boosting effect, which is kind of interesting. But if you do use Crocodile and then Luffy and the Straw Hats, I think that actually works. Yeah, I believe you can actually do that because chain boundary is not considered a beneficial effect. I actually don't know how that actual interaction works. Someone might have to find that one out. But just a really awesome unit that, honestly, as I said, you can build a really good mono Dex team in like a Kizuna clash. The amount of damage that this guy's going to be able to achieve is actually very incredible. And remember, because his health cut effect with his captain ability activates before the enemy preemptive, it means that if you don't have normal attacks only activated, you're always going to get that 10% health cut, so that's going to be a really useful effect moving forward. And I think this guy will just be a really powerful unit for a lot more time to come, because super class, and then you can partner up with Law for like a super type, so you can have both effects active. Like, I really think this unit is going to be awesome moving forward. Really powerful unit and a really fun unit. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you guys did, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
Nico Robin.